video is brought to you by Flonase, because holy shit, that pollen is fucking nuts.
What's up, everyone? So yeah, today the pollen is kind of crazy. I'm blowing clouds of pollen. It's ridiculous right now. It just feels like I'm an airplane flying through the sky full of pollen. Y'all know how it is. Y'all are out there cutting in it. So this video, man, it's just me cutting. I'm going over kind of like little tips and tricks that I do on the daily. It's something that most everybody knows that's been cutting grass for a while, but sometimes we kind of just kind of deviate away from those things whether we know it or not. So here, I'm going around the beds. I got my grass flap closed because it's pointing towards the mulch beds. It's kind of common sense type stuff, but if you don't have a grass flap or a chute blocker, this is not possible. So you have to start your cuts like this, pointing away from the flower beds. But while you're doing that, you're also pointing it towards the road, and if a car comes by, you might hit that car with a pine cone stick, rock, whatever. So here you can kind of see that I still have my chute blocker closed. That's because I'm driving past or riding past my vehicle, my trailer. I don't want to get that messed up. There's cars up and down this road non-stop. I don't want to hit them with a pine cone stick. There's liquor bottles and beer cans over here all the time, which is kind of scary. I just picked all of it up 2 weeks ago when I was here, and before that it was a month that I was here, and so it was a month's worth of liquor bottles and beer cans, and I think it's from the same individual because it's the same kind of liquor. It's Jim Beam and Bud Light. So that right there tells me it's probably a redneck, and out here it wouldn't surprise me. We get all kinds of people that live out here, but those two things, Bud Light, Jim Beam, that's a redneck. You can't convince me otherwise. So here I'm just making my pass, pointing everything towards the wooded area. This side there's really not a lot of grass. Even during the growing season, because there's so many trees and so much shade, it's mainly just pine straw and pine cones and beer cans and liquor bottles. So here I'm just kind of making my second pass, and I'm going to finish it up right here, I believe. Or I might go down one more time just to tidy everything up, get it looking good. Again, grass flaps down. Don't want to hit my stuff, don't want to hit cars. I think I'm just going back over to go on that first pass right next to the road, just to make my you can't really see the stripes and lines on this side, but it's kind of out of habit, just to make sure that it looks good, or as good as it can. So just keep these things in mind. When you're cutting, you want things to look good. You don't want everything to just look kind of like, I don't know, not professional. You want it to look like a professional. This yard, this grass. This is a HOA. I meant to say that at the start of the video. I forgot. I'm actually just pointing everything into the wooded area to get all that pine straw and leaves and all that stuff to blow back over into that wooded area, just to tidy it up and make it look as good as it can on this side. This side's really there's nothing to it. This particular job only takes me about 30 minutes, I believe, and I come in here and do it in the early mornings because there's a school right down the road, and they have lines of cars of people picking up their kids that park on the grass, and I'm not able to cut it on the side that I'm going on now, and it'll back all the way up to this entrance. So I come over here and get it done as quickly as possible. So again, grass flap down. They put a little HOA reminder sign, so I'm trying to squeeze through there. Grass flap still down, and making my first pass next to the road. This is something where on big roads, just kind of be aware of people aren't always going to drive the way they need to drive. So kind of be looking over your shoulder every so often to make sure that no cars are going to like try to hit you from behind and you're not able to see it in time and jump off your mower and get out of the way. There's people that really suck at driving. So again, here, this is where the grass flap or the chute blocker comes in handy. Got the grass flap down. I'm making my second pass right here next to the road, and if I didn't have this chute blocker, I would actually have to change the way I cut. What I would have to do is go closer to the wooded area and go all the way down, come back around and do a second pass going the opposite direction, so my chute is facing towards not towards the road. So it really makes things quicker too, not just more safe, but it makes things quicker, so you don't have to go out of your way to change your mowing pattern and all that. So when I first started, the first year, I did not have a grass flap or a chute blocker, and it really was annoying having to change my mowing patterns for these different reasons, and for trying not to blow grass and debris and flower beds and stuff like that. It really got annoying. And in the beginning though, I didn't have the money for a chute blocker. This particular one that I have now, the grass flap, is close to $400, and that is not cheap by any means. So it took a little while for me to, I think my second year I was like, I got to get one, because I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm not going to keep having my mowing patterns just crazy like this, and it adds more time to your jobs, whether you realize it or not. So get a chute blocker if you don't have one. I don't think it really matters what kind you get. From what I hear, they're all pretty good. The grass flap I have, it has a cable that is hooked up to a pedal, and they say after a while the pedal will start, or not the pedal, but the cable will start wearing out after a while, so you'll have to replace the cable. And I've noticed my cable's kind of getting a little weaker, so I will be having to replace that here pretty soon, and that's after about a year and a half's worth of use. Maybe actually it might be a little bit longer than that, but maybe 2 years, maybe a little bit longer, somewhere, I don't know. Anyways, the cable is only like $30 something, so it's not a big deal to replace that cable. And for me, it took me a couple hours to install it. For people that are better at putting stuff together, it would probably take you less time. It was my first time putting one together and installing it. So if I put another one on my Tiger Cat, it wouldn't take me as long. And I probably won't be going with the grass flap on my Tiger Cat, just because I don't want a pedal. I got longer legs, so it's kind of hard to hit those pedals and with the handlebars and everything. So I'm probably going to get a chute blocker, the one with the handle on the Tiger Cat, just for that reason. Otherwise, I probably would get another grass flap. I've been happy with it. So like I said, I don't think it really matters what type of chute blocker you have. Just get one. It'll save you a lot of time, and it's a peace of mind, so you don't have to worry about breaking something, hitting somebody's car, busting out windows, all that stuff. So and another thing, don't ever point your chute towards beds. You don't want to blow all your debris in flower beds. This is for the guys just starting out. Everybody that's been doing this for a while knows. here. I actually forgot to close my grass flap. So yeah, I'm not perfect, but as you can see, there's not really a lot of debris at that point. I had already cut everything, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. But just be mindful around those flower beds. You know, it'll save you time. I've actually lost a customer before because you know, she had a lot of beds that were really close together, and the only way for me to cut her grass without getting anything in the flower beds would be to push mow it with a bagger. And I think I've said it in a previous video, but I do not push mow anymore at this point. I did in my first year, but I phased that out pretty quickly. So like I said, be mindful. Here, weed eating, know the direction that your weed eater head is spinning. Mine goes, and I'm pretty sure all of them go counterclockwise. So this just keeps, you know, going this direction. It's easier. It's easier to keep the debris out of the flower beds. Otherwise, if you go the other direction, it's going to sling it all into flower beds and everywhere where you don't want it to go. So also, the handle that I have is a Darwin's grip. If you are a taller person, weed eating, holding that handle and kind of like, you know, bending over all day, it kind of, for me anyways, it starts hurting my back by the end of the day, just from bending over. And it doesn't get in the way if you flip edge. As you can see here, I easily flip it around, grab it by the bar. It's not an issue at all. The Darwin's grip, I want to say, man, I can't remember how much that is off the top of my head, but I want to say it was around $80, but it's worth the money for me. For, you know, most taller people that I know that do lawn care like the Darwin's grip, just for that reason alone, you know, their back. You know, people that aren't as tall, I've heard that they don't care for it. I guess that's just because they're lower to the ground and they don't have as many back issues. You know, but even then, I've heard of, you know, shorter people that do like it. So it's not for everybody. You know, I love it. I cannot weed eat without it now. It's last year, my other one broke. I had the previous version. It was the one with the white handle, and I weed eated it for a day without it, and it felt like torture at that point. You know, you really forget kind of what it's like to have something that helps you out until you lose it, and you're like, damn. Like, so I had to order it that night, and it was, you know, delivered pretty quickly. So if you don't have Darwin's grip or handle, and you got back problems, you know, or your back is hurting from weed eating a lot, try out the Darwin's grip. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I've only got like 27 subscribers. Nobody's sponsoring me. So if I recommend something, it's because I like it. You know, it's a good product. And if it's not a good product, or it's just bad quality, you know, I'll tell you. If I don't like something, or it's built like crap, you know, I'll say, I'll let you know. I'm not going to recommend anything that you know, I don't want people to just waste their money, because none of this stuff in lawn care is cheap. So yeah, that's all I got for you, man. Blowing, I mean, come on, common sense. Blow stuff off. Don't blow it in the flower beds. You know, as you can see, the pollen, man, it's just a yellow cloud. It's crazy. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. So any questions, put them in the comments. See y'all.